picture a fragmented Italy, a land torn apart by foreign rulers and internal divisions struggling to become one. What sparked the dream of unification? How did a country divided for centuries rise to form a powerful, unified nation? This is the untold story of Italy's journey to unity. Let's travel back to the early 1800s, where the Italian peninsula was under the dominance of foreign powers. In the north, the Austrian Empire controlled Lombardy and Venetia. In the center, the Papal States were ruled by the Pope, while the south was controlled by the Bourbon monarchy. At the time, Italy was not a unified country, but a series of competing kingdoms, each with its own laws, army, and government. This was a time when the Italian spirit of unity was still a dream, but a dream that would soon become a reality. It was the French Revolution and the Napoleonic Wars that first ignited the flames of Italian nationalism. When Napoleon Bonaparte conquered much of Italy, many Italians began to see the possibility of a united nation. However, after Napoleon's downfall, the Congress of Vienna in 1815 redrew the map of Europe, restoring many of the old monarchies and re-establishing foreign control over Italy. Yet the idea of a unified Italy had taken root and would not be easily extinguished. In the 1830s, a young Italian named Giuseppe Mazzini became one of the earliest advocates for a unified Italy. Mazzini, a passionate nationalist, believed that Italy should be a republic, not a monarchy. He founded the secret society Young Italy, aimed at inspiring young Italians to rise up and fight for a free and united Italy. Though Mazzini's efforts in the 1830s and 1840s failed to bring about a united nation, his ideas spread like wildfire, inspiring many others to take up the cause. But Mazzini wasn't alone in his vision. Across Italy, in the kingdom of Sardinia, Piedmont, there was another leader rising to prominence, Count Camillo di Cavour. Cavour, the Prime Minister of Sardinia, Piedmont, took a more pragmatic approach to unification. Unlike Mazzini, who wanted a republic, Cavour sought to unify Italy under a constitutional monarchy. He understood that unification couldn't happen through ideals alone. It would require diplomacy, military strength, and alliances with other European powers. Cavour was not just a nationalist, but a master strategist who knew that to defeat the Austrian Empire and unite Italy, he needed foreign support. In the 1850s, Cavour made a critical decision that would change the course of history. He formed an alliance with France. In exchange for the regions of Nice and Savoy, the French Emperor Napoleon III agreed to support Sardinia-Piedmont in a war against Austria. This was the beginning of the Second Italian War of Independence in 1859. The war was fought between Sardinia-Piedmont, backed by France and Austria, which controlled large parts of northern Italy. The conflict was decisive. Sardinia-Piedmont, with French assistance, won key victories, and the region of Lombardy was ceded to Sardinia. This victory sparked excitement throughout Italy, and many regions began to seek unification with Sardinia-Piedmont. But while Cavour was handling diplomacy and military strategy in the south of Italy, another key figure was preparing for battle, Giuseppe Garibaldi. Garibaldi, a former sailor and soldier, had become a national hero for his daring exploits in South America. In 1860, he gathered a group of volunteers, known as the Red Shirts, and launched an expedition to liberate the kingdom of the Two Sicilies, which was ruled by the Bourbons. Garibaldi's campaign was nothing short of extraordinary. He landed in Sicily, where he rallied local populations and captured key cities. His forces quickly swept across the southern mainland, taking Naples and other vital territories. The moment came when Garibaldi, having conquered most of the south, met with King Victor Emmanuel II of Sardinia-Piedmont at the town of Teano in October 1860. Garibaldi, in a remarkable act of political maturity, handed over control of the southern territories to Victor Emmanuel, recognizing him as the future king of a united Italy. This was a critical moment in the Risorgimento, as it represented the merger of Garibaldi's military victories with the political leadership of Cavour and Victor Emmanuel. On March 17, 1861, the Kingdom of Italy was officially proclaimed, with Victor Emmanuel II as its first king. But the unification was far from complete. The Papal States, ruled by the Pope, still controlled central Italy, and Venetia remained under Austrian control. The new Kingdom of Italy was still a divided nation, with many challenges ahead. The first major challenge came in 1866 when Italy allied with Prussia in the Austro-Prussian War. Italy's goal was to wrest Venetia from Austrian control. Though Italy's military performance in the war was less than stellar, the alliance with Prussia proved fruitful. Austria was defeated by Prussia, and as a result, Venetia was ceded to Italy. This victory brought the Kingdom of Italy closer to the dream of unification. However, Rome remained out of reach. The Papal States were still under the Pope's control, and French troops were stationed in Rome to protect the papacy. But in 1870, the Franco-Prussian War forced Napoleon III to withdraw his troops from Italy. This presented a unique opportunity. Italian forces under the leadership of General Raffaele Cadorna seized the moment and marched into Rome. The city was captured in September 1870, and in 1871, Rome was declared the capital of the Kingdom of Italy. And so, after decades of struggle, war, diplomacy, and revolution, Italy was finally unified. The dream of a united Italian nation had been realized, but the journey was not over. The newly formed kingdom faced immense challenges: economic disparities between the North and South, political instability, and growing social unrest. Yet the story of Italy's unification is one of determination, vision, and the unyielding will of its people.